Hi guys, so let's get started with our charcoal. Charcoal is one of those things that has, one of those mediums that has definite steps to how we start it, okay? We always want to go ahead and cover our paper entirely with a nice smoothed out layer of charcoal. And I'm going to show you why we do this. So I'm using my Vine charcoal, very important. Do not use the compressed at this point. Knocking my camera down. Okay. You're going to find that these little pieces of Vine charcoal kind of disappear fast. That's okay. Now I'm going to take my chamois and work that in. Right now it's a very light gray, but I think we want more than that. So let's go back and put in some more Vine charcoal. I want kind of a medium gray to start off with. Blending in more. And you want that background to be nice and smooth, so really make sure that you smooth this all out. Okay, that looks pretty good. But I think we can put in some more, well, maybe one more layer. Now you're noticing right away that charcoal can be almost completely erased, so, and then built up upon again. So please be aware that as we draw in charcoal, it's definitely a process of putting down value and then kind of knocking it down to blend it and then building it back up. So there's going to be lots of layers happening. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's try to just smooth that out with our hands. Ooh, now we're talking. In fact, while we're at it, let's look at the difference here. If I was blending with the chamois, we'd be taking off a lot more. So keep that in mind. When you want to keep it a little bit more, use your fingers instead, or paper towel if you really don't want to get this on you, but it will wash off. So I think that that's a really good level to start with. Now, let me explain why we do this. I'm going to draw with my Vine charcoal. Oh my God, I hate that line. It's terrible. It's wrong. So what do? And just blend it right into the background. It's like it never happens, right? Boom, gone. But if I were to do this on white paper, what do you think would happen? Oh, what a terrible line. Uh-oh. That sucker's not going anywhere, okay? So we just bought ourselves a little insurance policy here by putting down all this nice charcoal, okay? Now, to draw, I'm going to start with the Vine charcoal still. I do a lot of the drawing with the Vine charcoal. I'm going to start by sketching with it. If it breaks, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Sketching with my Vine. Very rough still. That's okay. A little teapot. Okay, so I start something like that with the Vine charcoal, and then I can kind of erase the lines I don't like. Fix up some of the shapes and start to work from here. So then maybe I make a line that I like a little bit more. I can commit to this line more and this shape. Now don't worry about the heavy outline because we can have nice cast shadows, or we can blend right into the background to get rid of those, okay? Okay, so that feels a little bit better shape-wise, getting there a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, once I have an initial sketch that I actually like, I'm going to come in and just kind of pat down or blend in this Vine charcoal. Just kind of work it back in to the background, but not entirely. We're leaving some. The reason I do this is because we don't want harsh lines, we want shadows. So we'll knock those back to make them more shadowy. Okay, then we can come back, and you know what? At this point, I feel like I'm good on the vine charcoal, so I'm going to take my pencil, the harder one, and I'm going to start sketching some of these shapes a little bit better. Maybe putting in some of my shadows that I see. And remember, this is the HB, so it's still pretty hard. We're not going to get a lot of blend from this. I'm going to only put this in my darker areas. Things that I don't necessarily want to have disappear the next time around. Okay, now I'm going to switch to my softer one because I want to blend some more. So I'm seeing some shadows all along here that I'm going to fill in and then just use my finger to move those around. Now you can see that these pencils don't disappear quite like that vine charcoal does, right? So we're starting to commit more to our shapes. We can still blend the soft one, definitely, but we really need to be seeing all our shadows. So I kind of just use the side of the pencil to put down some charcoal and then use my finger to blend. So I'm building it up, knocking it down, building it up and knocking it down. See, I just used a finger that I hadn't been blending with before, and it actually picked up way more of that charcoal than I had wanted to. So be aware of that. Don't worry if you get a little too happy with your shadows, because we can use a little subtractive drawing to get rid of that. By subtractive drawing, I mean just using your eraser to come back and cut out some of these dark areas. Okay, little knob. That one got a little crazy, so I'm going to have to come back and put in the highlights in that one. Okay, now just to move on, I'm going to put in a nice cast shadow too. Don't forget about the cast shadows, those are super important. Blend it out because it does get softer, right? It doesn't stay super dark or solid the whole time. Now, it may look like some of this is a little bit outlined, but it's really not outlined. It's really more the shadows that hit it. But even then, if it starts to get a little bit crazy, I can take my eraser and knock back all of that and just use my already dirty finger to kind of soften it out so it's not like a crazy white spot all of a sudden. Yep, I got a little carried away all over here, so we cut it out. Be careful with those eraser shavings. edge here. We lost our highlight. And on top of here. Now I can keep working this. Keep getting lighter and lighter in whatever areas I need to. I would say that the eraser is good for just kind of coming back from the over darkness of the charcoal. But then the white pencil, I would save that for the real highlights, like the really, really bright whites that are really like the light hitting your object. So I've got a little highlight here, here. In fact, I have a lot of highlights just because of these terrible neon lights that we have in the room. They reflect on everything, so you really see those. So see how much more the white pencil stands out than just using the eraser. So let's keep that for the really, really like little sparkles. Now this is nowhere near finished. It would still need a lot of work building it up and knocking it down, but I'm going to stop here to let you guys go ahead and try. You can also definitely watch the video with the person drawing the banana. That one is amazing. Okay, bye.